Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Flatline here. I am new to YouTube, but I'm not new to Clash Royale. I wanted to let you guys know about this new deck that's been going around lately in my trophy range, which is around 5,600 to 6,300, somewhere around there. Currently, one of the top win percentage decks on RoyaleAPI.com. Today's video, I wanted to show you how I'm using this deck right now to push ladder against some of the current meta decks that are out there. And if you look at my activity log here, I've got a win against a 2.9 Expo deck. That is the Firecracker variation. I lost to the Three Musketeers. And then I won against a Royal Giant. I beat a P.E.K.K.A. Balloon deck. I beat Logbait. I beat another Balloon deck. I beat another Royal Giant deck. And you look at this deck, man, it's like, it's got Furnace, which can stop the Hog. The new Furnace is a little bit weaker, but Furnace can stop the Hog. You have the Mini P.E.K.K.A., which will stop the Hog. You've got, well, Mini P.E.K.K.A. will stop our Knight as well. Anyway, I'm going to show you a couple of these replays. Going to talk you through what my thought process was while I was going through it and why I made the decisions that I did. Let's start with this one here. And just watch Royal Giant, Mini P.E.K.K.A., Knight, and Mega Minion deck. He's got three spells and a building. So let's get into it. I love replays because you can see what they're thinking, because what card they're selecting and what you were thinking at the same time, and you can really learn from it. If you guys have never watched a replay score, that's something that I suggest you do. Go back, watch your replays, and see what you could have done better in order to come out on top. Anyhow, so he played a Mega Minion in the back and then a Furnace. I didn't want any damage to my tower from those little fire spirits because my Knight wasn't going to make it up in time, so I decided to Earthquake it right away. And I see Mini P.E.K.K.A. Since that's a tank killer, I go ahead and I play my Hog on the left side, opposite side of that P.E.K.K.A., and I draw him over with the Spear Gobs, mitigate any damage from the Mini P.E.K.K.A., and also help take care of the Knight that's coming in the other lane. So I'm like, this is a weird deck. He's got Knight, he's got Mega Minion, and he's got Mini P.E.K.K.A. I'm like, what can he be playing? But it's what's funny, that my trophy range, you never know what people are gonna play. You get some wonky decks. Not everybody's playing like they do in the top 1,000, you know, where you see like 6 different decks and it's all the meta decks, and just you mess up one time and that's game. Anyway, so here he shows Royal Giant. Royal Giant, when we've got a bomb tower, you're not going to play it like you do an Inferno or a Cannon or a Tesla, where you do it, put your building in the middle. You need to drop the bomb tower on top of the Royal Giant in order to get the death damage from the tower onto the troops. So I see if he plays anything else. He still has to respond to my Knight, so I went ahead and just went in on the left lane. So I'm going to take some damage from his Royal Giant, but at the same time I'm getting a swing or two with my Hog on the left side. Once again, I use Spear Gobs to draw the Mini P.E.K.K.A. away. I didn't have to split them, but I decided to split them there. Just get a little chip on both sides. And he's got a little bit of the elixir advantage, but I'm up in damage a little bit. I go ahead and Earthquake the tower. I don't think he's going to have another building or anything, so I went ahead and did that. He gives me the well played, and I respond Knight for Knight. And he comes in again with a Royal Giant, so I'm going to play that bomb tower at the bridge. It's going to get death damage on both the Mega Minion and the Royal Giant. I pretty much shut it down. I think he got one shot with the Royal Giant, maybe two. But with that Royal Delivery, it does it. I'm loving the Royal Delivery, guys. It's with that 7% damage boost this season, really great. I want to push the Knight with my Hog up into that lane, fog it up a little bit, do a little damage, get some chip, because I want to keep the right lane from, or him from being able to just push and go all in on the right lane. Once again, he responds with the Royal Giant. I think I dropped the Royal Giant, the Bomb Tower a little bit too low that time. So even if I hadn't burned him down with the bats in the night, he wouldn't have exploded on the Royal Giant. But regardless, I did not let him build a big push in the right lane. That was the key. So as soon as he dropped a big higher elixir card, or he did something that required a lot of elixir on the right side, I pushed opposite lane. And I just made him, he had to respond. He had to respond to my hogs or to my knight or to whatever was pushing on the left lane. And that's how we got it down. We cycled back to another earthquake. We can earthquake his building. As long as we have the knight in front of the hog, we're guaranteed to get at least 1 to 2 swings on the tower, even if he drops that mini P.E.K.K.A. So I'm loving this deck, guys. That's the end of that match. All right, that was the end of that one, Royal Giant deck. Let's see what else we got in here. We had a couple Balloon decks. That was the next one, Baloon and Musketeer with Goblin Cage. And this is a fast cycle deck, guys. Look at this. Ice Spirit, Log, Snowball, Heal Spirit, I said Ice Spirit, it's Ice Golem, and Bats. Those are all 3 elixir, 2 elixir or under. And then you've got 2 4 elixir cards with the Musketeer and the Goblin Cage, and 1 5 elixir card with the Balloon. So it's going to cycle pretty quickly. But still, with the 2.9 cycle, we've got the Bats and the Spear Gobs in order to answer to the Balloon. We also have the Royal Delivery that we can push the Balloon around the map a little bit with it, and we have 1 building to draw the Balloon towards it as well. This guy does a pretty good job playing. His deck looks pretty fun. I actually wanted to try it out after I saw it, but let's see how it went here. All right, got a guy from, can't see his name, don't know what it is, something Korean. But he's selecting Ice Spirit. He plays Ice Spirit in the back. I'm going to play some Spear Gobs in the front. He plays Bats. Okay. I see Ice Golem and Bats. I'm thinking Balloon automatically. Like, I was thinking Lumberjack Balloon, but then I see a Goblin Cage. And then I see a Musketeer, and I'm like, ugh. Okay, maybe he subs out Goblin Cage for Lumberjack. And that's kind of what he did here. But that was a mistake. That was one of the, I do 2 mistakes back to back. Instead of letting the Goblin Brawler hit my tower once on the right side, I played Bats, and it was a waste of elixir. I should not have played Bats. And then he sees me play Bats, and he's like, yeah, and he goes and plays his Balloon. I'm like, what do I do here? But look where I played that Balloon, right next to the Musketeer. That was a bad play. I should have played it about 2 more tiles off to the right-hand side in order to draw that Balloon over. I'd still be able to hit the Musketeer, obviously, with the bomb tower, but the Balloon wouldn't have killed it so quickly, and I could have mitigated all damage from the Balloon. But as it stands, I think I take a whole Balloon hit, or maybe even, or just the death damage. I don't remember on this first one, but he snowballs my Spear Gobs, and yeah, so I get death damage. And I thought I was going to take a hit, so I do 3 mistakes in a row. 1 with the Bats, then with the tower placement, and then I do a panic Royal Delivery. I'm like, don't hit my tower, Balloon! And he didn't hit it. He got death damage, but I just gave him 3 elixir. I'm like, here you go, I have 3 elixir. I don't need it. Anyway, we all make mistakes, right? We all make mistakes. Because he played a 4 elixir card. Alright, so you hear this a lot. If you watch anybody playing 2.9 Expo, I play 2.9 Expo. Maybe I'll do a video on that. But if your opponent plays a 4 elixir card or higher in the back, push the opposite lane, because they're gonna have to respond with a hog to your hog, one way or the other, right? And if they're responding to your hog, then they're not going to be able to build up the big push that they want to on the right side. So he drops Musketeer in the back. I'm like, fine, I'm going in with hog on the left. earthquake his goblin cage down. And I stop the musketeer with some spear gobs. And here's the first time he was Heal Spirit. I love Heal Spirit too. It's just a fantastic card. I love what they did with it, with the changing it from the Heal spell, which was nobody used ever. It was kind of useless, but now with this Heal Spirit, it makes it a little more dynamic gameplay, and it's great. I really enjoy it. But when I saw it here with this balloon, I'm like, uh-oh, what am I going to do? So he drops the Heal Spirit behind the Brawler, and then he drops the balloon in the middle, expecting me to play the Bomb Tower, I think, in the same position that I did. But when they play the balloon in the middle, let's see what we do here. I didn't have enough elixir for my Bomb Tower, so I'm like, all right, I'm just going to have to eat this a little bit. I took a shot from the balloon, but I used the Royal Delivery to push the balloon back a little bit in order to mitigate getting 2 shots off on the tower. So 1 shot was bad enough, but I didn't want 2. Now I got to stop this musketeer. Didn't want to use log right away, because that wouldn't have stopped it, but since he used more elixir, I used more elixir. I responded in kind. So he killed my spear gobs, but at the same time I killed his musketeer, and I was able to get a swing off on the tower because of the earthquake on his goblin cage. Alright, so we're going to get another balloon? We do. This time he makes a mistake there by putting the ice golem behind his goblin brawler. He meant to get it in the front, and he does on the next couple of pushes. So that's kind of a bummer on his part, but it's good for me. Just means that the goblin brawler is going to die sooner because it wasn't behind the ice golem. Anyway, so because he went middle lane again with the balloon, I dropped the bomb tower low. Okay, if the position that it is right now, had he gone on the far left side, it's not going to draw the balloon over. So I can go low. I protect the bomb tower with my knight here, and watch this interaction. I'm going to use the Royal Delivery to kill the bats and push the balloon away and make it go to the other lane. So that mitigated all damage, even death damage from the balloon, and then I've got 2 tanks myself for my hog. I should have probably waited about another half second to get the hog totally behind the Royal Delivery, but now he's responding. I got to kill that the brawler, so I log it away. But see, he dropped the balloon on the left side this time, not in the middle, so I have to move my bomb tower over accordingly. If I had been 1 tile to the right with my bomb tower placement, it's not going to pull that balloon over, guys. You gotta right where I placed it is as far right as you can have a building and still draw the balloon when they drop it on the far side over there. So here we go. Balloon's coming over. He drops his Heal Spirit. I did not want the Heal Spirit to jump onto the balloon, so I drop a Knight high, and to keep the Musketeer from shooting at the bomb tower. So that's why I played it where I did here, and that's what you got to do when you're playing against the balloon deck. Bats come in. I'm defending. I'm like, yes, I got him, right? It's like, but he's got log in hand. Is he going to get that down in time? Is he going to be able to take the tower? We'll see. 3, 2, and he takes tower. I knew he was going to take tower, but I was building up a little bit more elixir, and I was going to go all in. So I went in again, and he's protecting his brawler with the ice golem again. He did a good job. Got to log it to kill it. And same thing here. I could have placed the bomb tower 1 tile to the left, and given myself a little bit more time for the balloon to get there, but I placed it a little bit. I misplaced it. But still, here's another thing. Knowing that he has 2 small spells, right? He's got the log and he's got his snowball. That can take care of my spear gobs, and it can take care of my bats. So I don't want to give him too much value with that snowball. I knew he was going to play Snowball because he'd played Log on the other side to take the tower. So I played my Spear Goblins high. I placed them high and to the right, so in order to keep having them chuck those spears at the balloon, knowing that that would help kill the balloon when he snowballs my bats. But you got to play the bats as well. Anyway, it kept the balloon from getting a shot off on the tower, just get death damage. And here, I got to split those up. Drop the knight on the musketeer, not on the ice golem. You want to kill the musketeer first. Use him as a tank to get up there. And it's just kind of rinse and repeat now. I'm just going to stop his push the exact same way. Split my bats, split my ice golem, or my spear gobs. Take care of his musketeer. Now here I did something different because he waited a second to play the bats, but I was like I wanted to save my royal delivery for the bats and the balloon, but I wasn't going to be able to do it in time. So instead I used the royal delivery to push the balloon back up, and I placed the bomb tower high and to the left so that the balloon retargeted it onto the bomb tower, not my princess tower. Going for a hog, and I missed the earthquake on the goblin cage that time, but it was enough to slow down the musketeer that my bats were able to kill it. Now this interaction, he plays in the pocket. He drops ice golem, balloon in the pocket. So if I dropped the bomb tower where I have been, the balloon would have just mutilated that thing and gotten a hit on my tower for sure. So what I do instead is I use the knight to stop the brawler and the heal spirit, and I push, look where I put the bomb tower, high and to the left to pull that balloon. Instead of going down and towards my tower, it had to go up and away, which gives me time to burn that ice golem down, and at the same time I'm getting my, you see I have the royal delivery selected. I'm going to use that to push the balloon away too. And if he drops bats, maybe use it to hit both of them, but I don't. I drop my anti-balloon defense with the bats and the spear gobs. I get my knight to tank from my hog rider, earthquake, log, hook, 328 damage left on his, or hit points left on his tower. He's just going for it, but I am within log and earthquake range, so no problemo. Even if he gets a hit on my tower, the log and the earthquake are going to do it. There it is. Earthquake went down, and then there's the log. So that's a pretty fast cycle deck that we're still able to handle and manage with this 2.9 elixir deck. And let's show you one more. Let's do this log bait one. We've got another balloon deck, which was interesting, another Royal Giant deck, but we've already seen Royal Giant. I lost against 3 Muskies and then 2.9. Oh, I'm gonna show you 2.9 too. Let's see. Let's do a log bait and then take it from there. Okay, so log bait. Love to play it, hate to play against it. Right? It's everywhere. There's a couple variations. This one is Valkyrie, and sometimes they play with the Tesla, sometimes they play with the Inferno Tower. See Princess in the back, I'm automatically assuming, hey, log bait, right? So, oh, and with the Valk, I'm like, yep, it's definitely log bait. Not having a real good answer to the Valk, I went ahead and dropped Bomb Tower, hoping that I could split the bats to hit the Valk and the Princess, but it didn't work out that way. Because he played the Goblin Gang. That interaction, he played pretty well, but I think I defended pretty decently as well. And I get damage on the right side tower, so good on me. Let's see what we do here. Now, right here. Because of where he placed the Valkyrie, I decided I'm going to kill his princess with my bomb tower. So I played a high bomb tower. Had he played the Valkyrie on the other side, or in front of the princess directly, I wouldn't have played the bomb tower where I did, because I wouldn't have had time to kill the princess and the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie would have killed it. The princess would have targeted the bomb tower. Anyway, so I played high here because look at the targeting. As soon as my tower deploys, it's going to hit that princess first because it's closer. But the splash damage is also going to hit the Valkyrie. He has Goblin Gang selected. I didn't know this at the time, but look how much value I get out of this. Oh, babe. I'll take it. 4 elixir card in the bomb tower for his 4 elixir Valkyrie, his 3 elixir princess, and his 3 elixir Goblin Gang. And then I EQ his Inferno Tower. The bats were kind of wasted on that last push for me, but no one's perfect, right? Like to be, but impossible. So here we go. Just waiting, chilling. Get the full elixir again. And what are we gonna do? I was hoping he'd play Princess at the bridge, but he didn't do it. Now here, after seeing that, the interaction, he knows I have Hog, and he knows basically that I have a fast cycle deck. In my mind, if I'm playing Spellbait, I would try to utilize the Inferno Tower as much as possible, even though I have Earthquake, but start doing a little bit of a spell cycle. You can maintain high elixir or make some positive elixir trades in Spellbait pretty easily, what you're doing. But here, when I get the Knight to tank for my Hog, I'm guaranteed a swing or two, especially if I Earthquake. So he just gives me value. I don't have to wait for the Inferno Tower in order to Earthquake. Earthquake is great against goblins now. 2 shots goblins, whereas before it was 3 shot. Shots the same level of skeleton, which is great. So if you didn't know that, if somebody's playing Skeleton Army, which they do, a variation of Skeleton Army and Logbait, this Earthquake is great. All right, anyway, so I melt his Goblin Gang and end up taking the tower. What do we do to stop it? Bomb tower it is. High bomb tower to take care of that princess again. I've got Log back in hand. I can just take care of that goblin barrel, and it hits the princess. But he's back to another princess. He's like, all right, I've got to make up for some lost ground here. Now I played poorly on that little exchange. I should have put my spear gobs a little further to the left and my knight a little further to the right, so the log didn't hit both of them. But right now it's, I'm thinking easy day. No problem, we can just defend. And that's pretty much what we do. I'll just speed it up a little bit here. You can see I've got some good answers to all of his cards. I've got the Log, I've got the Royal Delivery, I've got Earthquake, I've got Spear Gobs, I've got Bats. We can cycle pretty quickly. And that's it, guys. Keep pressuring the other side of the tower and take the dub. Now real quick, let's do that top one here. Even though I lost to the 3 Musks, rewatching it, I don't know how I could have won that one. He played really, really well. I made a couple shoddy plays, but anyway, 2.9 versus 2.9. This is a firecracker variation of 2.9, and it's cool. I love 2.9. It's fun. It's very frustrating to play against if you play against somebody that's really good. But I think I like the traditional variation better with archers as opposed to the firecracker. But anyway, here we go. See skeleton split in the back. You see an ice golem. I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is. I know it's 2.9, but at the same time, you're like, why did you just use Earthquake then? If he hasn't played his building yet. I wanted to bait out and just verify, make sure that it was 2.9. If I go ahead and I play Earthquake now, then he's going to play his, he's going to play his building, his expo, on his first push. So, and there it is. I drew it out. Because we have some good answers here. the way you want to play this deck is you gotta be a little bit patient, but also not too patient to where you mess up your timing. I drop the knight here at the princess tower in order to suck up the damage from the Expo, and then let's see what happens with this interaction. Because I EQ'd the, or earthquake the firecracker, my royal delivery kills it. Royal delivery would have killed it anyway, but look at this. I cycled all the way back to another earthquake on that same push. So I've gotten 2 earthquakes down in a log on the tower, and he's gotten just a little bit from his Expo. I'm ahead a little bit in damage, but you see how fast this deck cycles, guys? You can don't even worry about an Expo deck. So that's why I'm giving the yawn. I'm like, are you gonna play it again? And there he goes. Expo's down. This time I go bomb tower. I didn't want to be too predictable and do another royal delivery right away, especially with that firecracker in the back. But that royal delivery allowed me to take the firecracker down with those spear gobs. So just getting some chip. Another key thing when you're playing against 2.9 is don't let them chip away the tower, because all it takes is one good lock. If they lock down your tower one time with that Expo and you don't, like, you're just like, I have no answer for it, or you mess up and you get behind an elixir, that's all they need. Then they can just set up an impregnable defense and you're not getting through if they play it right. So don't allow any, if you can handle it. With this deck that I'm playing with right now, it's easy. Don't allow any chip damage like that Ice Spirit. That's why I dropped bats here. I didn't want any damage on the tower. So he's ahead in elixir and he's ahead in damage right now. How do we come back from this? Easy. Switch from defense to offense. And here I think I missed the Tesla with the earthquake on there, but that's okay. So royal delivery takes care of the skeletons. It finished off the ice golem, and right before my royal delivery dies, I place another ground unit to keep the Expo from targeting my tower. Spear gobs go down. Even though he logs them, it gets me back to my earthquake. And that's what I'm thinking right now. All right, I just gotta I'm gonna spell cycle. I'm like, here we go. That's my favorite emote, by the way. If you play against me, you're probably gonna see the giant nom 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 emote. I try not to BM just like crazy, but I really like that emote. Alright, so there we go. EQ / hog takes care. Here I'm playing a high bomb tower. Be like, hey man, don't you play an Expo against me up top. I placed the hog there just to suck up a little bit of damage from the Expo before he jumps over the river. In case you guys didn't know this, when the hog jumps over the river and the Expo is targeted on him, he'll actually target something else. So that's why I had to drop the knight afterwards. So I dropped the hog on my side of the river, obviously, and the Expo targeted it. He jumps over the river, Expo targets the bomb tower, and then I drop the knight, so once he burns down the bomb tower, he'll target the knight. Played a low bomb tower there in order to keep it away from the Tesla, and at the same time still hit the splash onto the Expo from his ice golem. And royal delivery helped protect the bomb tower there. So I went with an early royal delivery in order to tank for my bomb tower again. So I'm just chipping away here, guys. Log an earthquake, log an earthquake, log an earthquake, because I know I'm not going to get my hog to the tower, and if I do, that means that he's messed up somehow royally. But he's got to defend my hog with the Tesla, and then he's got to defend everything else with the X-Bow. He's trying to offensively defend. Does that make sense? Can you offensively defend something? Anyway, as you can see here, it's just log and earthquake. And that's it. We're one more log, one more earthquake, and we've got this game under wraps. So even though he went to push the other side, he doesn't have nearly enough time in order to get there. So that's how you handle 2.9 guys with this deck. It's really not that hard. You just got to have some key placements and don't rush into the defense. Let that ice golem come down just a touch. You can predict that he's going to play the X-Bow before the ice golem gets to across the bridge. Then you can throw your bomb tower. Anyway, you saw how I handle it. Watch it back if you want to. That's going to be it for this video. My first YouTube video, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought of that video and what I could do better. How's the sound? I don't know. I'm gonna go and edit it and throw it up online right now. But thanks for watching. Enjoy. Stay safe during this crazy time. And I'll talk to you on the next one.